Hello, hello. I forgot to put up my little thing. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Couple of things. My sissy and my nieces are here. They surprised me yesterday. I couldn't be happier. She's my baby sister and probably the sibling I'm closest with. But so I'm very excited. It was a lot of fun to have them surprise me. She had told me that she sent me a package that would take 2 weeks to get here, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, it's coming from Timu." It wasn't coming from Timu. It was coming from Morgan. So I'm happy. Haven't seen them in a few years because I haven't been able to fly. So it was a very, very, very good surprise. Okay, so today I'm also doing a knotting project. We laid it out yesterday, made a change, need your help deciding between two beads after that, because I'm not quite sure which one I want to use. But let's go down to the mat and I will show you what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. So as you can see, kind of, I need to back up a little bit. And lift that. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I was using the turquoise beads from that, well, the turquoise beads from the bundle, but the holes are big and I wanted to do a knotting project and I couldn't figure it out. So instead, I'm just going to stack some of these flat turquoise heishis instead. So then something happened, and I was like, okay, is that if I'm gonna use the expensive turquoise, do I go up to the rhodonite over the seed beads? That's the question. So let me know which one you think. Hi, Georgina. Hello, Carolyn, Kimberly, Chris, Cheryl, Dorothy. Thank you. Rosanna rolled or ended her live at just the right time so she could tell you guys all here. But yes, these are grade A plus quality rhodonite beads. These are Preciosa seed beads, which either one will be beautiful. And they're gonna go with the picture jasper. And then I'm using these beautiful, sorry, I don't know why it's doing the bouncy one. Okay, there we go. Brandy sent me these beautiful wooden pendants with the butterflies carved out. They're gorgeous. I love them. I'm thinking that I may either dangle some of the little like flower blossoms. If you guys remember, Bargain Bead Box sent us these and they were in like a dusty purple color that was very pretty. So that's the only change, is that I'm trying to decide if I keep this or if I go to the A plus rhodonite, because I'm using A plus turquoise chip beads. So you like both. So do I. That's why I'm asking you guys, because I can't decide between one or the other. If I could have, I wouldn't be asking you guys. Just kidding. But that's half the fun of doing lives, that we get live feedback. So instead of asking you questions that you can't do. Wait, do this one, this one. I just want to choose between these two. The other ones are all going together. That's just how they're going to go. So I'm just trying to decide between the rhodonite and the seed beads. This is Crazy Lace Agate. So it has both the light pinks and the dark pinks in it. And oh, you probably met all three when you said this. Yes, that would also be beautiful. Thank you. That's gorgeous. Actually, I really like that. Okay. Either way, we're going to get started by doing a lark's head knot. This is some crochet thread. It's just a really nice, soft, like creamy gray. And then there's some silver tinsel in it that I like, that will influence what clasp we finish up with when we're done here. But I had one of you. I was like, ooh, do I want to do a knotting project? Randy's also doing a knotting project. But I had a couple of the ladies say, no, go ahead and do it. That way it's more than one person's technique, because that's how she learned. The herringbone was like a mixture of my technique, Rosanna's technique, and Randy's technique. And so then she just came up and did it. Okay, Dorothy, sounds good. I kind of agree. I felt like if I'm gonna go with the good turquoise, I need to have a good caliber. But anyways, not only that, but one of you ladies said to use an awl to knot with, which I've not done yet. So I have tweezers somewhere on this desk. I also have a knotting tool, but with my dexterity issues, sometimes holding all of the stuff gets to be much for me. And so they said that the awl would be helpful. So you're just gonna string whatever your knotting fiber is going to be. That is really low, and I want to make sure that I'm able to stay in frame better. There we go. So I'm just going to loop it through there, pull the thread through, and then pull it down. Because this is not Essilon or Ceylon and it's a natural fiber, I did have to glue the ends, which I like to do using this version of Gorilla Glue because it dries in like 5 seconds. So I appreciate it. You're okay, hon. You can't spell it. It's all right. I spell on the price sheet I posted yesterday for all of you guys. I spelled larvicot wrong. It's supposed to have an I, not an A, but yes. So, here I had the bag out. Anyways, it's okay. So I just cut, this is a little over, it's probably like 1.5 wingspans, and then obviously it's split into 2. I thought about doing like the double for both, but the turquoise doesn't have the largest of holes, so we're just gonna go for it. But I think I'm going to do, I put these in one of the glass bottles with the smaller. I normally put 8mm in this size, but I didn't for some reason. Okay, so I know that I want to start with a rhodonite. The only thing is that the light pink were the like spacers last time. Oh, let me cut this. It's not an angle. Down where it's stiffer. There we go. Okay. The rhodonite might just tell us we're not playing today. These rhodonite have very teeny tiny holes, apparently. Oh, man. Come on. This is the part with using the glue, is that it always, oops, I forgot to do a knot at the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick, just by winding it around my fingers, then dropping that in the middle. And, oh, use your awl, Heather. That's the point. And they said this would be easier for me because I can just pull the awl down to where, and then the fiber should go down too. Take it off, use my thumbnail to seat the knot like that. So we'll see if this is a good one. Obviously, that first time, it's 2 threads. So those two are not going to fit next to each other once I put the other strand on. So we may still have to use these as spacers, which is not a bad thing. We just, the rhodonite might just not be able to be used because it's got little holes and it doesn't want to, it might be too big to sit next to each other. But even if we just do this right at the very beginning, it's okay. Why am I getting notifications? Hold on. I know why. There we go. Now we shouldn't. I had to close. My Beading Besties group are very chatty, so yes. Okay, so put the bead down there. Go ahead, and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers, pull through the knot. Then I should be able to just move the knot down to where I want it to be, or not. Let's see. Oh, I'm holding both threads. That's why. I was like, why is that not rolling down enough? Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. I'm probably just going to do that right there. What is going on here? This crochet thread does not want to cooperate this morning. My nieces are so cute. They were like, Titi, we're your biggest fans. I was like, oh, you guys are so sweet. Don't make Titi smile. Don't make Titi cry. Although I definitely cried when they got here and I opened the door. I was like, oh. Oh, you did, Rosanna? I hope they're not going to be sold out right away because I want to get some. See, this cording's not going to work. That's what I was afraid of. With the glue, it's just too thick. So I have my gray Eslon or Ceylon, one or the other. As I found out this morning, both are basically the same animal, just a different company. Kind of like Swan and Preciosa. The two brothers built Swan together and then they split the company, and one brother does the swan beads and the other brother does Preciosa because he didn't agree with the decision to change the name and all of that stuff. So he left and went on his own. Okay. Hey, do you know where Titi put the thing with all the threads in it? Oh my goodness. I thought it was right here, but they're not in there. Tell me to go back. Like the children different. No, not these ones, baby. Sorry, guys. The little rolls. I'll look right here. I think I have. I hope I have the gray right here. Otherwise, we're going to have to pivot and do a strung project, and I can do this one at a later date and time rather than force a design option that I'm not going to be happy with and undo at a later date and time because I didn't like it to begin with. Where did I put it? I literally just had a container that had like 12 of them in it. I don't understand. Taylor's. Do you see? Sorry, guys, that green thread right there? Right there. See the light green? Can you get it for me, baby? Thank you. She can be my Manna White since Uncle Steve's at work. That's what I call Uncle Steve. Oh, but I think this is cotton too. I was hoping it wasn't, and I'd be able to mill a cord. Okay. This is going to frustrate me because I just had it and I cleared it off to grab the crochet thread. That drives me crazy because I wanted to do this for Randy this morning because she so sweetly sent me those wooden pendants. So I wanted to use them on the show. You guys could see a design idea with them. But I did have two separate designs in my mind for it. This was just the one that was like fully figured out. Hold on, I'm gonna look one more place. Just a second. I'll still be here, just not on the screen. Hold on one second. Here it is. Let me see. Okay. It was right here, huh? What is it stuck on? Can you unstick it from the phone real quick? Okay. It's okay. I'm going to use this one. I don't know where the gray one is. I think you're unraveling one, huh? Yeah. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So let's try this again, shall we? At least with this, I can do a double strand so that it's nice and sturdy. As long as, here, I'm going to cut a tester strand for the rhodonite real quick. Let me see if I can get two of these through at the same time, which I like to melt them together if I'm doing this. Just be very careful of your fingers. So I just roll it quickly like that. I just want to see if I'm going to be able to get two strands through the rhodonite before I pull two strands out. Yes, it will. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So I'm gonna grab about that much. Not quite a full wingspan, but enough to safely know that it's gonna work. Okay. So now we're just gonna take it, marry up our ends. So they're together, put both through the little hole at the top. Undo the large head knot on this one. I will add the other one later when I get to that side. That way I don't have a bunch of cord everywhere because it will set my nerves off if I keep like having it rub up against my hand. Plus, this should be much easier. Okay, so they said put it on your awl, pull it all the way down, and seat the knot. That's not bad. It's not all that different from the traditional like tweezer method. It's very similar. Okay, I'm gonna cut these even, though they probably won't stay even for long. And I'm actually going to start instead of using the Terra Pink, I'm gonna grab these brownberry beads, and they can be the beginning. They're called berry. I really like them because they have that slight tinge of pink or purple in them as well, and so they're a really pretty color. And this will give me more room right up against my focal. So they're not right on top of each other. Okay, make my knot, take the awl, pull the knot down where you want it to be. There's a bit more. Oh, there it goes. That's not bad, especially not once I get going. And, you know, I will do my best to stop saying that over and over together. But because I don't know if you guys notice, I know that Rosanna notices, but whenever I'm doing, she just did the same thing. Come on, just melt to each other. There we go. I become hyper focused on how many times I say NOT. So yeah. What are my flush cutters? These aren't flush cutters. These are snips. I love them. They are indeed Zuron brand. They are very, very, very sharp. They work very well. There are people who use this to cut their metal with. Just once you've used it for one medium, whether that be string, paper, wire, whatever, that's what you stick to. But yeah, I know, right? Aren't those browns pretty? I love that color. It's like it's like purple or whatever, however you want to say that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do a rhodonite, and then I'm gonna do another brown spacer, and then I'm going to stack the turquoise on. Yeah, that's what I was afraid was gonna happen. That was a thin ribbon. It's fine. Rhodonite, behave, because you're very pretty bead, and I want to use you. Yes, I'm talking to an internet. Come on. Will you please just go on? I just need to get a long enough piece. There we go. Hopefully that will be enough. Let's try this again. This rhodonite might get fired though. Or I'm going to have to knot with one strand. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I will save this cording for a later bracelet party. Sorry. I got flustered and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I apologize. I kept hitting that over and over again. So now that I'm going to use one cord, nope, I need a little bit more than that because I'm going to have to double knot. But that's okay. We're going to go back through our focal. Anyways, in case I forgot to say this, I'll say it now. Brandy sent me these butterflies. They were originally supposed to be in the drop for this week, but then she didn't get to the drop because she had her bridal shower that she went to for one of her friends or sister. It might have been her sister. But that's where. So she didn't get a drop out. But, for someone who has a surprise visit from her sister right now, I say family over beads. How did that get so twisted? Come on. Chords just don't like me today for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, there. Do I have them both? Yes. Okay. We're connected, folks. Let's see if I can get some beads other than that C bead. Okay, come all the way down. I know it's a double knot. Nope. Come on. Loosen up. I need you to scooch down. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to one chord, so it shouldn't be as difficult, but we'll see if that is in fact the case. Even though I don't need the little point anymore because I'm only using one strand, I still like to burn the ends of my string because if it reduces the risk of it unraveling, because for some reason the way that I knot oftentimes will get it all the way down where we want it, right there. I don't think I double knotted it though. Nope, I didn't. So go around one more time, pull it through. Okay. Then we're going to pull this one down all the way down to the knot and seat it. I like it. It's a new technique to me, but it's a nice technique. That's actually quite simple. Pull the bead down, go around, loop it through twice. Uh-oh. Aw, yes, please check on your brother. Again, family over beads. Okay. If you need to step away, though, please, by all means. Dependent upon how late of a night we have, will be whether or not I have a video tomorrow, because we usually go out to dinner with Bernie and David after the live sales. It's just become our routine, but I don't know that we will be doing so tonight just because they're in town and I'd rather hang out with them. Just saying. That many hours of Bernie all stacked up can be a lot. Okay. 2, 3. I think I'm gonna do 5 of our turquoise tips. Or maybe just 3. Yeah, no. Definitely not 3. Oh, morning, Cindy. So yeah, it's 11:30 right now, and the live sale starts at 6:15 my time. So whatever the time difference is for you. I'm not gonna lie, I think I prefer tweezers. This might just end up being a strung project. I'm not having the best luck this morning, but that's okay. If you gotta pivot, pivot. I'd rather string it and be happy with it than, like I said, take all the time to try to figure this out just to find out that I don't like it and I take it apart later. I'm probably still going to use the cording though. I just won't need as much. Or I can, yeah, I won't need as much cord as before. If I had my tweezers, I'd do it. These aren't seating as tightly. I don't like there to be play in between my beads, so I don't know. I might be weird like that, but at least I know that about myself. Wait, why is there not? There's not enough. You guys, will you please behave? This cord is just, I'm not having much luck. Put those away so I don't hurt myself. I'm still going to knot on top of the okay, there we go. We are just gonna go with the keep it simple, sister. Good old kiss method. So we're gonna do the end of that. So that's there. I'm gonna switch things up just a little bit. Hmm. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to do, is that going to be too tight of a fit? Let's check. Because I think I want to do like the picture jasper, um, turquoise, rhodonite picture jasper, or turquoise. This being the center stone, these being the two framed out part with like this in the middle and some turquoise here and some turquoise there, like that. So I just want to make sure that these picture jaspers are going to play nice with each other down by the bail. or down by the focal. Make sure that they're not competing. Yeah, they are. Okay, so let's try this. Are you serious? I just dropped the other ones off. It's just one of those mornings, I guess, but it's okay. We're all good friends. Most of you are probably also beading, so you know. No, that's not gonna work for me. Hold on. I really wish I knew what I did with um my other strings. Okay. We are going to scrap the knotting project until I can find the appropriate thread and or bead. So we will just move everything up there and clean it up later on. I also happened to get these from Randy in my most recent order. I love them. I think they're beautiful. I think that they will go really well if I might have to use some of the rhodonite with these. Hey, hey, hey. Let me see. Here's my silver box. Don't strangle yourself with the water. No, wrong red tone. Aww. Not those. Silver bead cups. I have some. Sorry, I was like midway through prepping for today when my sister and my two nieces got. But they're working on something, so I was like, okay, I'm still gonna go ahead and go live. Surely I can pull this off without preparation. My niece and I got to talking, and everything else went by the wayside. There we go. These will be pretty in between these little hematite spacers that are like really sparkly. And then I have my soft medium soft wax right here. Print bead should be right, or print bead should be right here as well. Yeah, they're right here, right in front of your face, head up. And my magical clippers. You guys do not want to see the state of my desk right now. It's ridiculous. Oh, there's some. Okay, regular crimper it is. So we can get on with the show. So I have these nifty little closed jump rings that have 2 holes on them, and you string up through one and then down through the other and go back and crimp. And this kind of works as like a built-in wire guardian almost, without all of the scratchy bits that and I know some others don't like. I don't like that they're scratchy. Is this one too thick? There we go. There we go. So we're going to go into the first group of our crimpers. And it's going to make the little taco shape. We're going to turn it and squish it together, maybe. There we go. We're going to cut off the excess with our wire cutters, brush cutters, whatever. And then we're going to start stringing after I cut a piece off, because I most certainly do not need all of my 100-foot hole here. Which, by the way, Softflex is not cheap, y'all, but it's the brand I prefer because it's just exponentially better product, in my humble opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a Millefiori bead. It's so pretty. And then I'm gonna sparkle rhodonite, sparkle. Is one enough, or do I want 2? I might want 2. Just to give it a little bit more presence. No, I don't like that. One's good. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I wish the spacer was just a little bit bigger, but I also like the little hint of sparkle that isn't like competing with the Millefiori beads, because they're stunning. So I just want to keep it real simple. as I'm casually looking up at some beautiful sterling silver bead caps I have. But we're not going there, Heather. This is... Oh, by the way, I got the Millefiori beads from Randy at Thunder Horse Descendants. They were part of her bead drop a couple weeks ago. They were still there as of yesterday when I got my order, because I literally went back and forth on whether or not to order another one. Okay, I want to do one of my little bows, but I want to do one of my little buttons. But we could do not these. Where are the butterfly ones or dragonfly ones? I think my niece moved them off my desk. Where did I go? She did. Okay, I'm gonna meet you guys for like 5 seconds. Hold on a second. I don't want to. She heard me. She'll be here just a second. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna introduce you guys before the live sale tonight. Okay. Honey, did you move the dragonfly buttons over there? Because I need the dragonfly buttons. Or the little bow buttons. Either one. I'd prefer... You picked up the jar with the dragonflies on it. It was on TT's desk and now it's not. Yes. Just like this, except for it had dragonflies and not flowers. Okay, I guess not. I didn't really want to do a flower. It seemed a little redundant, but it might be okay. Let's see. It actually matches the Millefiori button perfectly, or bead perfectly. It's okay, honey. This one will work. Oh, let me see that. Yeah, thank you. I got all of them into glass. Okay, thank you. Do I like the dragonfly or do I like the... I don't know, guys. Dragonfly or the flower button that kind of matches. Oh, that's cute, Rosette. I've never heard that before. Ever. The dragonfly kind of covers the rhodonite almost completely. And I think I like the flower because it matches the Millefiori beads. Though, let me see if I can put it directly between two of these spacers, instead of having it between the rhodonite, so we can use more of the Millefiori beads. No, that's two right on top of each other. But what I am going to do is borrow a little seed bead here, because that should space it out just enough. And then we can check. Yeah, I think that's like the perfect spacing. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, these beads, I was really excited to get them because they were beautiful on the website. And when she talked about them, before the drop a couple weeks ago, but it was literally an audible gasp when I opened it and saw them for the first time. I was like blown away because they're just so pretty. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be a fan of the red, and I knew I'd like the pinks because that's just kind of, will you please just go on? You're gonna get used, whether you want to or not, but you should want to. Mm, 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 mm. Yes. We'll just keep it simple. Like I said, as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna go hang out with them because I have the live sale tonight. So they'll be there, but my sister might like take them across the road to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this going to be long enough? I should actually be taking this off completely, but I'm afraid that's not going to fit me. So I'm also a little afraid that this cord is not going to be long enough because I'm using larger beads. So now that I know what I'm going to do for my crimping method, let's just do it directly on the spool, and then I won't be wasting any. Anyway, see, this is why us content creators always say that we're pulling a little bit more, because unless you've done the whole design the day before, when you prep, if you cut the wire, then you're using that cut of wire, which generally, unless you're somebody who likes to have multiple of the same designs at your show, I know Rosanna, one of the things about her is that all of her pieces are one of a kind. Nobody else will have them. And that's the draw to her beautiful creations. But yeah, okay. I think if I just put a fifth bead on, we'll be okay. So there will be 5 on each side instead of 4, and that should be more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sparkle. We're going to do the sparkle, seed bead, flower. This is like the perfect size seed bead too, because it matches the size of the shank on the back of the button. So when it's more pushed up, it's like the perfect amount of tension. So did anybody else get any of these? Right? Exactly. You just have to be prepared to pivot, especially if you're doing things live. Otherwise, I would have gotten nowhere with my design today. It would have just been there. I would have kept trying over and over and over again, getting more and more frustrated, which doesn't do anybody any kind of good, nor is it an energy you want to be around when you're beading, because I'm sure, like me, beading is your guys's, like, your therapy. One of the hashtags I always like to put in my videos is the beading yourself better. Also, I have found that sometimes I learn more from somebody's mistakes than I do from them doing it perfectly. And so that, and the fact that with my memory recall issues from my Durkheim's, there was no way that I was going to be able to learn editing. If you guys know how long it took me to figure out how to connect the short about the live sale that I did yesterday to the actual link for the live sale, you would have said, just Heather, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We know where you're going. I think that's going to be good. I don't have one of my little things right here. Hold on. My mandrels, but and I just popped my microphone because I forgot to take it off before I came over here. Sorry about that if that was loud. I apologize. Okay. Size. So that comes to right about just a little over 6.5. I am gonna go ahead and take this off once I've cut my wire and just have it start, because I've got to have room for my clasp as well. So would it be a little crazy to use one of those flowers for the closure and do like a beaded closure? I could also use the dragonfly with a beaded closure, because I have those exact seed beads in 11 that I could use to do the clasp, or I can just do a standard clasp like I was going to. Although I probably will use, I might just use this one. Because this is going to put this is going to put more than an inch at the end of my bracelet. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the rhodonite off. So now I just got to figure out how to do the loop-de-loop. Oh, that's how. I have not used these fold-over clasps before, so if you are like me and a newbie and are completely uninformed, I don't think that medium beading wire is going to go through that twice. So let's do... I think I'm just going to do a loop and keep it simple. So that I can go like, get this finished, say goodbye to all of you lovely ladies, and go hang out with the 3 lovely ladies that are in the other room. I was just going to see if I saw, yeah, I didn't see my magical crimper. Okay, so we're going to put a crimp bead on the end of our wire, go up and around and through, pull that down. Do I want to put... No, I don't want to put the clasp on. And then I'm going to take my magical crimpers. If you haven't used them before, They are crimpers that have a little concavity in the middle of it that is round. And as you press and rotate, all of the metal combines to each other and creates a very nice finish of a little bead at the end of your beading wire. I could not figure out how to do this for the longest time until I saw Becky on a Merry Makers with Sam's Bead Shop last Christmas, where she showed she had a little bit of a mangled mess and showed, watch, you just have to keep going and it'll look better. And she also pointed out that you have to stay centered on the pliers. If you open and turn and that bead is no longer centered, you can get little scratchy bits that go up that remind me a lot of wire guardians, which is why I don't like them. So you're just going to get it in the middle and do a little squeeze. You don't have to squeeze hard. And then just kind of rotate your wire around within that concavity. They say it should only take 4 crimps, and it does actually go down that far. Let me see if this tail will fit within that bead. Yes. So then we're going to move all of our beads down, though we're going to take the last rhodonite and stuff off. I'm going to cut myself a little bit of extra just because, it's me. And it makes it easier for me with my dexterity issues. So I'm going to use, well, I was going to use my, are my thingamabobbers in here? Okay, there's the hooks. Where are my hooks are in here, but I do not see the other part of them. Unless these are them. If not, the hooks can go to that too. So I have some little Beadle-on hooks. You guys will see me use them if you watched me do projects. There's a figure 8. One side is like a figure 8, and the other side is a hook. And I like to use them both together and separately at times. So then I lose my stuff, but it's okay. Okay, we are going to get a crimp tube on the other side here. There they are. I'm a little bit frazzled today for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I do know. I want to go. Trying to get this done. Okay. I always do that a little bit. My loop is a little bit bigger than I like them to be. I like smaller loops on my beading wire. I don't know why that is. It's just a matter of preference. And for me, I just like it better. The heck? Thank you. See, that one wasn't crimping correctly because I wasn't in the center. So there wasn't enough of the metal to grab onto. So just another, and then we will cut that where it is. We will line back up our soft flex. We are going to attach one of these simple little hooks that I like from Beadle-on, and I think I typically tend to like the smallest jump ring possible, but because of the clasp that I'm using, I have to have this. But yeah. Also, if you're new here and have no idea what I was talking about earlier, I do a live sale from Bernie's Beads here in Mesa, Arizona. Usually every other Wednesday at 6:15. Um, where I sell beads and stuff. If you can't catch it live, you can watch it on replay and email the exact same way, or order through email. That is fine as well. There we go. And tonight's sale is going to be good because we literally have gemstones from $3.75 a strand up to $150 for a strand. But the majority of it is on the affordable side, but they're all A-grade gemstones regardless of everything else. So, yep, turned out just at the line between 3/4 and 7, which will be perfect. Got the little flower closure in the middle, or focal, not closure. So, I love you ladies. Oh, sorry. I love you ladies. I hope that you guys, let me show that again. Sorry. So the point of these mandrels, which I have, and they are for sale, they're $15, is that the inner diameter, a bracelet is not sized by length alone. Because if you use bigger beads like these Millefiori 10mm beads, half of that bead is on the inside part of your bracelet. So you actually want to measure using the inner diameter of your bracelet for just so that you know that it's the right size. Because if you use 12mm beads and you need a 7-inch bracelet, you actually need 8.5 to 9 inches in length. So there's just it's just something that I created. There are other ones that are like step sizes where it's just 5mm, and then the next one is just 6mm. But I found that those steps didn't allow for the most accurate sizing because the beads would get caught up on them. So this goes down, there's nothing impeding it, and you get the size of your bracelet. And then I put little stickers on all of mine with the length they need. And I have, when I do a show, I have little seed bead bracelets of different sizes that are like stretch bracelets that they can put on to see what length they need. And then they can purchase things. Obviously, if something is too long or too short, I can fix that for them if they so desire. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see all of you later. Georgina, I'm going to message you about stuff right now. But like I said, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in and supporting me. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you later. Bye.